Greetings. Welcome to Maisha Kazini. I want to comment on the post that the Prime Cabinet Secretary put up, I think yesterday or the day before, basically showing off that Kenya was exporting teachers to the US. And I want to talk about the bigger picture of what is going on here. I think one thing that we Kenyans and maybe Africans underestimate is that our knowledge, our skills, our labor, our ideas, our spirituality, even our emotions are the biggest export of Africa to the West. The West did not grow rich on mining our minerals. It grew rich on exporting us to go work there. Even their machines, which they invented, they would not have been able to invent them if they did at all. Why not for us? They took our young people who were energetic, they took people with skills, and when they were working over there, those people were busy trying to be like kings and queens, sipping on brandy and whiskey and not doing any work. How would they have invented those machines? Why not for people, our people who are working? Because those machines, which are meant to process goods, who was making those goods? It was us. And so we are the ones who best knew how to process them. But who patented them? The Wazungu. And then they sell them back to us in the name of development. So we need to appreciate the importance of our ideas. And you see, the thing is, now when they keep coming for us like this, what are they taking? They are taking ideas, emotions, innovation, spirituality, things which should be growing and maturing here. They uproot them before they are ready and they take them there. And maybe when people reach there, if they are mature enough, those ideas might thrive. But for the most part, those ideas end up rotting. After all, very few people want to see Africans excelling even there. So our ideas, which should be maturing and flourishing here, they are taken here from here prematurely, and they go to rot there in their systems. And also, the West is so destructive even to its own society. So right now, their schools are a mess, a complete mess. And yet, the same people are fighting against American teachers. And then who do they want to fix that problem? Us. You know, they're also banking on the fact that we Africans don't study history, especially Kenyans. We don't study history, we don't study other countries. So we will go there innocently thinking it's just a job we're going to teach these cute kids. Then people will find that these problems are social, that there's a reason why Americans don't want to teach in their own schools. But if they try to quit, they'll be told, no, the conditions of your visa are that you remain a teacher. That's what this is about. They create problems for themselves, and it's us Africans who have to go and mop it after them. And we can't say no. That's the role of the politicians. The role of the politicians is to make sure that this keeps on happening, that they keep on taking the best of us, the youngest of us, the most energetic of us, the most hopeful of us. Their job is to keep exporting them. It may not be on ships like 400 years ago, nights on planes. It may not be kidnapping. People go to the visa office to apply, but it's still the same thing. It's that our people go out and the rest of us who remain behind, we suffer under the tyranny of low expectations. We don't expect Africa to grow. When we have ideas, we are told, oh, that is theory. It has no solution to the market. Which Mzungu will buy this? Which Mzungu will pay $1 for your ideas? So we get used to low expectations and bad leadership. And in fact, we should stop blaming ourselves for the way we vote. Because the problem is who gets to the ballot. We can't get innovative ideas. There will be no Sankara who arises under these conditions. There'll be no Nyerere. There'll be no Patrice Lumumba, because these mediocre leaders who are allowed by the West to rise to the top of the mediocrity, they will not allow those leaders on the ballot. And so we are always choosing between two mediocre options. They can't even allow us 3 or 6. We are choosing always between 2 main mediocre options. And the rest of the others who try to get to the ballot are prevented by bureaucracy, by I don't know what else. So that's why Africa is not growing, because there's a system of draining innovation, energy, spirituality, work, all those things. They are being drained out of Africa all the time. And the job of our political class is to maintain that system. And the job of the education system is to train that political class, to train a class of people who will always be suppressing our innovation, always. When you're in school and you try to be innovative, you'll be told, no, you're so rude. You don't listen to the teacher. You're beaten if you survive. When you graduate and you try to innovate something, you'll be told, no, you haven't met international standards. You didn't ask for the correct license. A cop will come and ask you for a bribe. But really, the system is designed to make sure that we don't innovate anything while we are at home. If we innovate, we have to go abroad and do it for others. And that's the job of our education system, and that's the job of our political elite and of our media. Their job is to make us look down on ourselves. So I'm not saying, please, I'm not saying that teachers should not go look for work abroad. I mean, life is hard. People have to do what they have to do to make ends meet. And you see, that's also the problem of our education system. Our education system makes us think that we cannot learn anything beyond what is immediate. I'm not telling people what to do, and I'm not condemning them for going there either. What I'm explaining is how the system works. And it's important for us to understand the system so that wherever we are, we can undermine it. We can understand what's really, really going on. And what's really going on is that our emotions, our energy, our innovation, our hope, our spirituality, all those are being harvested by the West. It is our music that made theirs lively. Even our spirituality. Why not for us? The West would not have Pentecostalism, where people raise their hands in the air and dance and sing. Who taught them to do that? It was us. If it was not for us, they would still be singing in very cold churches with high roofs, listening to echoes, sitting on stone benches. They wouldn't know the joy of worship. It's us who taught them those things. I mean, they take even theory. Even theory, our universities are not allowed to theorize. We are told we have to quote somebody. How dare you invent a way of seeing things? No, you must quote a Mzungu. You must have a source. You can't invent another way of seeing things. And then now our job is to collect data and ask donors for money to collect data to prove their theories right. And to buy their books, which are so expensive, in the hundreds of dollars. All this is possible because we have an elite and a civil service whose job is to suppress innovation and to tell us that when they are doing it, it's because we don't know what we are doing. We can't be creative unless they invent for us CBC. We can't be creative unless they give us the regulations and the standards and the taxes. They don't want us to do these things on our own. So please, Wakenya, let's respect the life of the mind, the life of the soul, the life of the heart. Those things matter. They matter. Without those things, there will be no minerals coming out of the ground going to Europe. Without those things, the West would not be where it is. And yet we keep exporting these things for free because we have a stupid education system that says to think is to be academic, and that is irrelevant to the market. And to ask questions about what our politicians are doing is irrelevant, that we have to have a party first, like the Gen Zs are being told. So let's respect our humanity and see the exploitation for what it is, and not give away our resources for free. We matter. Our souls matter. Our feelings matter. Our ideas matter. Our hope matters. Our worship matters. Our spirituality matters. All these things matter. And we have to start promising ourselves that we are going to nurture those things here. And not through CBC. It's not CBC that will do it. It's when we are allowed to grow, those things are allowed to grow without having to go under regulations, license, taxes, or the police. They have to grow amongst us, and we need to stop exporting them.